It's me, Percita, and this is Percita's Paradox. So here we are, Thursday, coming off of Tuesday. It was a little weird. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Hope you are as well. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for joining me. I greatly appreciate your time. And of course, if you are a person who has always been with me, I consider you an OG. And thank you so much for coming back week after week. So, just really tried to figure out where I was coming from, coming off of Tuesday. And if you did not check that video, go check that video out. It was just really an interesting feeling for me on Tuesday. Today, I feel like I'm coming back and I'm really in a place where I think I've gained some ground on just what it is that needs to happen, right? What it is that needs to manifest within my life. And I'm just going to share it and hope that this can be something that can happen in your life also, to just kind of give you some bearings. I'm really feeling like I'm locked in. I felt as if I did not know where exactly I wanted to be in regards to just my efforts and what I was doing. And I'm really right now feeling locked in on my next move and how exactly I need to change my thoughts and mindset about how to get there. And the one thing that I realized that I'm still struggling with, taking it still into this new year, is forgiving myself. It's funny how we talk about forgiving ourselves and don't really understand that we do. We really fight ourselves often to understand that we are not perfect and that we are attempting to do the best we can every single day. But I'm starting to understand more and more that the reason why we all struggle with forgiving ourselves is because we tend to want to believe that we know better and that we should do better. And it brings me to an idea of just understanding that when we do it to ourselves, the hardest person to really let that go is ourselves, because we also know why we did it, right? So what I am saying is that today, the thought of the day, right, will actually be how to lock in. And the first thing I'm going to say in locking in on your next journey, on your next breakthrough, on your next whatever, is to simply start by forgiving yourself. It is okay to fall. It is okay to go through drama. It is also understanding that sometimes, just sometimes, we need to identify the fact that not all breakdowns are absolutely able to just break us up so that we have nothing to fall back on. We've said it numerous times, right? You've heard many songs, you fall down, you get back up again. Huge gospel song. You've heard it in many metaphors and cliches throughout every genre of music, of just getting back on the saddle, doing it again, forgiving yourself and moving on. But I'm telling you that I'm understanding that principle is one of the, if not the biggest things that stops most of us from moving forward. Even the progressive, boss type people that you want to say, the people who really feel like, I don't really care about when nothing's happening. It's just all about me. I realize that even when you make that statement that you don't care about what other people think, you still continue to care about what you think. And that's not something that anyone is capable of really walking away from. Most people at this point, and most conversations you'll have with people, is they always have this conversation of, I'm harder on myself than anybody else. And yeah, I believe that to be true, but I also think that it's become a cliche to say simply because it sounds as if every effort you're making is one of being focused and locked in. And I'm understanding that it's deeper than just using the words to say that I'm my hardest critic, and actually understand why you're your hardest critic and then getting over you. Because you are still your own enemy. You are the thing, the individual, the mindset that controls the mindset. So if you are not in agreement with yourself, then imagine how conflicted your destiny will become. Right? So I'm just feeling right now that energy that I was feeling on Tuesday, that vibe, was really about just not understanding how I needed to be patient with myself. And I can be completely honest. I can be super patient about some things, but other things, my God, not so much, right? I think it's a case-by-case scenario for me. I am not the person across the board that can just remain patient. I typically have an anxiety that wants things to happen and happen very quickly, even in regards to just something as simple as cleaning my house, right? I want it done. I want everything done as if someone's coming over in the next 5 minutes. Typically not the case, but you can kind of see where I'm going with that. And in saying that, I'm understanding that that is the difficulty that we all struggle with in regards to moving forward and really, really, truthfully locking in on our next moves. So when I mentioned that I feel like I could be doing more, it is that I could be doing more. And the more for me would simply be to progressively get past this hiccup of overthinking things that I know that I don't need to. And I tell it to you all the time, just keep moving. Don't really overthink, do more, talk less. Yeah, I absolutely say those are all still principles that I'm going to stand by and live by, right? But in the exact same breath, I find myself stuck in this mental state of not understanding how to let go quickly of my faults and move forward. Quickly is what I'm thinking. So I'm actually laughing at the fact that I say that I'm not patient about other things. But the irony is that if I was literally taking the same approach in regards to forgiving myself, then I would quickly and be impatient with the fact that I'm not being patient with myself. And that should make it easier for me to do, right? But I'll be the first to say it is a struggle. And if you're struggling with something like that today, even if it's things that's been in your past or things that you thought you have gotten over and you still find yourself continuously feeling as if you're falling off the wagon, understand that it's you who's actually holding you up. When you get tired of you, you will do better. We're typically always talking about how we only give, other people one chances and so forth. But truthfully, we give everybody, including ourselves, a multitude of chances because that's just the way our relational scenarios are set up. No one's really capable of being in a position of, I just cut people off and blah, 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 because we all understand what it feels like to battle within yourself. So I say all of that and still saying to you, you have to forgive yourself. That is the first thing in moving forward and locking in on your successes of what it is that you're trying to accomplish. And you have to understand that falling off, again, does not mean to lay there and wallow, nor does it mean to walk in fear of your past, because you will kill off your present and you will demolish your future. Always understand that your past is always there pulling and nagging at you to tell you what you can and cannot do. And the first person that it has to come in touch with is your present self. And in your present self, if you allow that to take over, the present literally diminishes within the darkness of the past because of the fear, because that is what fear is. And when we're walking through it to forgive ourselves, we can't be fearful of ourselves, but understand how easy it is to find yourself being in that state of mind. So I am hoping and wishing and praying for everyone to understand that having that connection, continuously understanding that you must reevaluate your mindset every day. We talk often about really meditating. But even in meditation, if you are not meditating on the proper things, if you are still not understanding what your shortcomings are, using the knowledge of what you have always had in your life that was crippling, not to the degree where you lose hope to get past it, but you literally are patient with yourself to break it down. Because if you understand what I'm saying, sometimes we have to really identify that some of our problems are not problems at all. They're breakthroughs to get us through the breakdown that we're having. And if we can reevaluate that and really find ourselves talking to ourselves about ourselves, we start to really understand that we're just blocking our own entity. Any problem that you have, you pretty well can solve. From if you need financial, abundance to if you need something physical or spiritual. It's all based on your mindset of what it is that you can and cannot do. It is all up to you. So I'm saying today, keep it simple. Forgive yourself quickly, and get back on the saddle and make it happen. So that's it. That's all. That's all I want to preach on this day. So remember to do 3 things. I'll see you next week. And those 3 things are: live life authentic. You're the best. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.